Want to consistently create amazing blog posts that gets traffic and attracts customers? Well, if your answer is yes, then keep watching the video till the end. In this video, I'll be sharing my 6-step framework that I use to create amazing blog posts. Hey, I'm Himanshu and I've been writing content for almost 8 years now. In this time, I've written content for established startups, popular publications, and more. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. But before sharing my framework, I wanted to emphasize on the importance of topic selection. Ensure the topic you have chosen is something you're familiar with. There's no point writing about something you have no idea about. This is important because it helps you craft a unique angle to the blog post and create something that people haven't read before. I know if you're starting new, this can be difficult. But with time, you should ensure you find your core strength. Because if you're looking to build a successful career in writing, I highly emphasize on doubling down on few niches like technology, health, etc. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the framework. My first step in the framework is research. I cannot emphasize enough on the importance of research and its impact on the overall blog quality. Please don't limit your research to the first few blog posts on Google. Try to explore different sources. Try to speak to people. Here are a few things I include in my research process when writing a B2B article. I try to find white papers and ebooks for the niche I'm writing for. Usually these pieces of documents are very well researched and will give you a very broad overview of the industry or the topic you're writing about. Another thing that I do is find statistics to back my content. Now everybody likes statistics, and statistics increase the credibility of the article. So even if you're nobody, people will trust Statista.com or McKinsey or any other popular publications. To bring a unique perspective in my article, I try to connect with LinkedIn influencers and people on Twitter. Again, this might take time, so you can also go through their content and what they're writing about and quote them accordingly. You can also get additional insights by going through YouTube comments, Reddit threads, Quora, and other platforms. If you're writing about your product, speaking to internal teams like product, sales, customer success can also get you valuable insights that make your content very rich. Similarly, for a B2C article, I'd recommend doing a lot of research, checking the recent trends, and asking questions or doing surveys. Researching ensures that your article is useful and unique. The second step in my framework is creating an outline. Now I know outlines are very underrated, but an outline has various advantages. First, it helps you lay a path so you never have to think about what to write next. Second, it helps you stay focused and ensures you write only what's needed. Third, it helps you create a proper flow in your article, which is very important. Overall, it significantly reduces your turnaround time and helps you create content in a very short period. Outlines are also important if you work in a team. Rather than sharing the complete article and making a lot of changes, you can share an outline instead. Usually, companies who work with a lot of freelancers send a proper detailed outline with the content topic. This ensures the freelancer writes the article in the way the company thought it should be written. Now, everyone has their own way of writing outlines. Few prefer detailed outlines, few prefer just important subheads, and I'll leave that to you. I usually write a subheading and a line that explains what I'll be covering in that section. Alongside the outline, ensure you also have the headline in place before starting your article. While it's very underrated, headline plays a very important role in shaping your article. So remember not to start an article before writing an outline and a headline. Now coming to the third step in the framework, writing the article. Now everyone has their own style of writing and it improves as you write more. However, there are few things that you should keep in mind when writing an article. Write smaller and simple sentences. Remember, the aim of an article is to share your message and not to confuse your readers. So avoid using complicated words and terminologies. Use smaller paragraphs. Nobody likes to read huge chunk of text. Smaller paragraphs also ensures your content is very skimmable. Keep your content as conversational as possible. Now this will entirely depend on the context, on your article topic, and much more factors. Making your article conversational ensures your reader sticks for longer. Focus on storytelling. While this is very underrated, I think personal stories or some reference greatly increases the quality of any article. The introduction and the conclusion are very important in any article. So ensure you spend more time writing this. Include statistics, references, and website links wherever possible. This makes your content very credible. Don't over-explain. Ensure all paragraphs give some value to the reader. This will also make your article very crisp. I use Google Docs to write my articles, and you're free to choose any tool of your choice. Personally, I love the collaboration aspect of Google Docs and its integration with Grammarly. It saves me a lot of time. Here are a few other things that you should keep in mind. This might not directly impact your article, but these are few hacks that I have learned over time. Writing needs a lot of concentration. So when you sit to write, ensure you keep your mobile away and other devices on silent. A lot of people like to listening to music. I personally like to listen to Lo-fi music or Brain.fm. You can try it out and see what works for you the best. Now let's face it, you cannot write 8 hours straight. Content writing is a creative process. So ensure you write only when you feel like writing. The third tip I have for you is to not obsess over the number of words. I understand sometimes you will be instructed to write a certain number of words, but please don't think about it when you write the article. Try to add value as much as possible. One thing that has greatly helped me write content faster is setting a goal. For example, I'll block 1 hour of time and set a goal of writing 500 words. This helps me stay concentrated and ensure I write the content faster. Remember, if you're writing a very longer piece, let's say an ebook or a white paper, breaking down the content can greatly help. Break your content in smaller chunks. Now I know a lot of people hate editing. I hated it too. But editing is very important in increasing the quality of content. I like to start with a very famous quote. Write like nobody is watching you and edit like everybody is watching you. Now let's be honest, your first draft will suck. If you think professional writers that have 20 years of experience can create beautiful pieces in their first draft, you're wrong. Even they need editing. In fact, a lot of times your published content will be nowhere near your first draft. And that's the power of editing. Now, editing doesn't mean fixing spelling mistakes or sentence structure. There's a lot more to editing. While editing, you should ensure you break down longer paragraphs, remove what's not necessary, be very ruthless about it. Check the flow of the article and fix it if needed. Remove complicated words and terminologies. Trust me, it goes a long way in making your content very engaging. Reworking the intro, conclusion, or the headline according to the article. Usually, to create a very great piece, you will have to do 2 or 3 rounds of editing. And that's very necessary. One thing that has really helped me in my editing process is reading the content aloud. This helps you discover more mistakes that you might not otherwise. If you're lazy like me, you can use a text-to-speech engine. I'll share links below. So all you have to do is paste the article and the engine will read it out to you. The 5th step in the framework is the review process. Now, whether you're writing for a company or for your personal blog, a review process is very important. If you're writing for a company, a peer review process is very useful. Basically, a peer review is where you edit each other's article. Depending on the content you write, you might also have to get it reviewed by your CEO, CMO, or your brand team, or your product team, or any other team. But what do you do if you're writing solo? Well, I recommend sharing it with your friends, preferably who has a certain amount of knowledge for the topic you're writing. But even if he or she doesn't, it's okay. The thing you have to understand is reading your content again and again might make you complacent. In a lot of times, it just blinds you. You cannot see your mistake. That is the reason a lot of people edit the article the day after they have written the article. Another tactic bloggers use is sharing their articles even before publishing them to other bloggers. This helps them get unique perspectives and make the article more rich. Now, till this time, your article is almost ready to publish. But wait, there are a few things that you should keep in mind when you publish your article. And that's the final step in my framework, final touch-up. Try to link resources and add information as much as possible. Link to your internal blogs. This will help readers find other popular articles. Add subheadings and navigation on the top of your article. A lot of times, the solution to a reader's problem is just a paragraph, and having a navigation in place ensures he just gets there quickly. Try to add images, infographics, and videos wherever possible. You can use stock photos, but that's not recommended. Try if you can create unique infographics through Canva. This will greatly help you to show off your brand and make the overall article very engaging. Add a CTA or a banner that leads to a demo page or subscription page. Ensure your content is SEO optimized. I use Rank Math. You can use any SEO plugin of your choice. So that's it. That was my 6-step framework that I use to create amazing blog posts. What is the strategy you use when creating blog posts? Leave them down in the comment section below. I'd love to read them. Share this video with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you found the video useful. I post about marketing and blogging every week on this channel. So until next time, bye bye. And the navigation helps them.